Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Nissan Fairlady Z in A-Class. So the really cool thing about this build is you get to stick with the stock 2.4 liter inline 6 engine. You do not need to change it out for anything, which is great because it saves you some money. As far as parts go, everything will be sport except for the Roots supercharger, which is Pro. This will start as Pro in the engine, and you just switch it to Sport and you're good to go. And this starts as Sport and you switch it to Pro. That's like the two changes you make to the engine. Then we have the Elite road suspension, the Sport brakes, the Elite grip tires, the Elite clutch. We use the Pro 6-speed gearbox, the Elite differential, and super nitrous grip and drift. I do apologize for the sound of my voice. I am getting over a cold right now. For the handling, we are at 60% grip. Steering sensitivity and downforce are all the way up. Traction control is off, and drift entry is brake tap. Alright, I have only raced this thing in single player, so now it is time to go race it in multiplayer. Alright, here we are going up against a big old truck. Well, I mean, I guess it's a truck. Is it a truck? I have no idea what this thing is. It's an SUV, truck, crossover, garbage, ugly monstrosity on wheels. That's what it is. But let's see if I can beat it or not. Oh, hey, you ran into me. Shocking. Let's see if he can catch up at all now. That's right, just follow along. You can follow the leader. And see if you can catch me. I'd entitle this episode, Catch Me If You Can, if I wouldn't get in copyright trouble. I mean, so far it's not bad. It's pretty good off the line. It feels like it actually wants to turn, which is always a positive. So many cars that don't have 100% grip feel like they don't actually want to turn. This one feels like it does. I have also seen full grip cars that feel like they don't want to turn either because they just understeer like crazy. But this seems to grip the road pretty well. It doesn't slide as... Oh, God, I screwed that up trying to slide the corner and it wouldn't respond and actually slide. I don't know why, but it just wouldn't. And then right there, it just slid on its own. Go figure. But anyway... it feels good. Other than that one mistake, it feels good. I mean, we're doing about, we're doing 130-ish down or through here. That's not too bad for a car that's not made for off-roading. It feels like this is probably a middle-of-the-pack car. This doesn't feel top tier to me. But I do feel like it could win quite a few A-Class races against better competition than what I'm currently facing. Oh, hey, they changed their car. Now they're in a BMW Z4, I think. Let's see if that helps them out anymore and lets them beat me, or if I can still beat them. What the heck is that on top of the roof? That was a weird spot for that. Let's see, off the line. I'm pulling for now. And he's still back there. I have no idea what level that car is. It could be an underpowered car. But at the moment, I'm pulling from it, and I'm happy about that. See, that was a nice little just go around that corner. You don't have to drift it or anything. You just go around it, and you're like, hey, I'm good to go. And let's see, can I get through this section without dying? Almost not. But it looks like he hit a car. So that works out for me, I suppose. Well, let's get through this area. I'm up over 150 finally. I feel like this car should get up to 150 more fast or faster than it does, but I don't... Oh, hell. Well, mistakes happen. Oh, and it looks like he gave up. So I'll be interested to see if they even stick around or if they just drop. But that was a random spot for that traffic car to be. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a car in that spot on this race. It's always when you come around the corner that they're right there, not as you're coming up to the corner. But, I mean, I had to get out of the gas there for a second, so not too bad. And we will cross the line. There we go. So they have again switched their car to a Focus RS. I do not know the build or level of this car they're using. I do know it can be a very good car in A-Class. I just don't know if the one this person's driving is. So I'm about to find out, I guess. And they're not even going to bother. So I guess I won't find out if their car is any good or not. But I'm tempted to not finish this race just to make them finish it, just because they're sitting there. But I also want to get this done and test out the car on this course. So I'm not going to do that because it has been extremely difficult to get A-Class races going today. This was attempt number 10, I think. I mean, A-Class races aren't that popular. I honestly don't have a lot of cars in A-Class because I don't care for them care for the A-Class that much, and I just haven't found that car where I'm like, that is my car for A. Like, I just haven't found that. So that's part of the reason I don't like A. I have my car in every other class, just not A-Class. I even have a B-Class car. Like, I know what car I race in B that I like and is fun to drive and I can win with. And honestly, in the B-Class, I win easy with that car. I did a build on it before. It is the RX-8. So if you look at my old videos, you can find that RX-8 build. It is a very good build. And honestly, the only time I have lost to something that wasn't a Pista was another RX-8 that had a slightly different build than mine did with a slightly better top speed. That's it. It's the only times I've ever lost. Pista and another RX-8 with a slightly faster top speed somehow. So, yeah, check that one out for sure. But as far as this one goes, it feels very middle of the road A-Class. It is definitely not an A-Class killer. It is just there. I've been wanting to build the Fairlady Z for a while, so I'm glad I did it. I just have a feeling that I will not be using it often, if at all, in A-Class. But it was worth it, and the car's really not bad. It's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. I'm not a fan of A. So we're just going to go ahead and finish up this race right here. I'm obviously not racing my best right now because I don't have to. I can make silly mistakes and do things I shouldn't do while driving because I don't have anybody racing against me. They're just sitting there waiting to collect the money. Which I kind of wish Criterion would be like, you have to finish this much of the race to get money. If you just sit at the starting line, you don't get a reward. Like, it'll still give whoever finishes the race the maximum payout that they would get for that race, but you know, don't reward people for just sitting at the at the start line. So I don't know, 85% of the race completed. Okay, maybe not 85% because things happen. We'll say 70% of the race has to be completed to earn the money. That's what Criterion should do. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I feel like that's what it should be. Anyway, this car, like I've said a few times, feels very middle of the road. I did not have good competition to race against, so I can't give you a 100% accurate description of how the car does. But it does not feel top tier to me, just based on the fact it takes so long to get to and over 150. That's what I say puts it in the middle. The top tier A cars that I have seen seem to get over 150 pretty quick, but this one doesn't. So that's going to do it for this one today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, leave some comments on down below, smash on that like button, and I will catch you in the next one.